Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Do you want to know how India is moving ahead in the direction of speedy development for all and correcting regional imbalances in the far-reaching regions of India like Ladakh? Then watch this video till the end as you are all set to wear the smile with pride. But before we move ahead, if you're new to this channel, I would request you to please like, share and subscribe the channel and press the bell icon positively. Ladakh is a region administered by India as a Union Territory and constitutes a part of the larger Kashmir region, which has been the subject of dispute between India, Pakistan and China since 1947. Ladakh is bordered by the Tibet Autonomous Region to the east, the Indian state of Himachal Pradesh to the south, both the Indian-administered Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir and the Pakistan-administered Gilgit-Baltistan to the west, and the southwest corner of Xinjiang across the Karakoram Pass in the far north. It extends from the Siachen Glacier in the Karakoram range to the north to the main Great Himalayas to the south. The people of Ladakh had been demanding Ladakh to be constituted as a separate territory since 1930s because of perceived unfair treatment by Kashmir and Ladakh's cultural differences with predominantly Muslim Kashmir Valley, while some people in Kargil opposed Union Territory status for Ladakh. Eventually, the Indian government scrapped Article 370 and Ladakh has been created a separate territory and granted a Union Territory status in what should be considered as a remarkable feat for the people of Ladakh. The land is irrigated by a system of channels which funnel water from the ice and snow of the mountains. The principal crops are barley and wheat. Moreover, rice was previously a luxury in the Ladakhi diet but subsidized by the government has now become a cheap staple. The music of Ladakhi Buddhist monastic festivals like Tibetan music often involves religious chanting in Tibetan as an integral part of the religion. These chants are complex, often recitations of sacred texts or in celebration of various festivals. With this, we have understood the major aspects of the beautiful natural bliss given to humanity crafted by God. Therefore, let us now look at the top 5 biggest mega projects which are making their inroads in the beautiful territory of Ladakh. We'll move in the descending order depending on the nature of mega projects. Stealing the 5th position is the Ladakh airport and helipads. In a big fillip for air connectivity to the Ladakh region, the government is planning to build 4 new airports and 37 helipads across the Union Territory. The government is said to have already identified the land for 4 new airports which would be capable of handling wide-body aircraft. The government is also said to be planning on an alternative airfield for the town of Leh and a direct link to the Zanskar Valley. The government is also planning an airport near Changtang that links to Pangongso Lake, where border tensions with China escalated last year after the People's Liberation Army moved in thousands of soldiers to the line of actual control in the pursuit of its expansionist agenda. Also, while Kargil already has a military airfield, the government is said to have now identified land for an alternate civilian airport in the region. It should be noted that the present airfield at Kargil is used by the Indian Air Force and is yet to get the approvals for the civilian movement. Meanwhile, 37 helipads are presently under construction across Ladakh. These are spread across remote and inaccessible parts of the Union Territory. Once completed, these will be capable of even handling the heavy Chinook CH-47 helicopters. Also, many of these are likely to be operationalized this year itself. Moving to the 4th position is the futuristic Central University coming up in Ladakh. The Central Cabinet approved a Central University in Ladakh at a cost of Rs 750 crore and an integrated multi-purpose corporation will be set up in Ladakh. A long pending demand, the Central University in Ladakh will address regional imbalances in higher education level and promote overall growth and development of the UT. The first phase of the varsity would be finished in 4 years with a total cost, as already mentioned before, of 750 crore. The new varsity will serve the entire Ladakh region including Leh and Kargil and will solve regional and educational disparities. Moreover, the Central University will also serve as a model for other regional education institutions. The 3rd position is occupied by the ambitious battery storage plant. India is all set to call bids for the largest global tender for a 13 gigawatt hours grid-scale battery storage system in Ladakh in what would be a major leap in the country's efforts to transition towards green energy. The plan involves building 10 gigawatt of large energy green capacity in the region comprising solar and wind projects and using these large battery units to store the electricity generated to supply to the rest of the country through a transmission link, power and new and renewable energy. Large battery storages can help India's electricity grids given the intermittent nature of electricity from clean energy sources such as solar and wind. Therefore, in the times to come, it is without a shade of doubt that India is moving ahead in the direction of energy independence in future times. Taking the second spot is the Bilaspur-Leh railway line. Bilaspur-Leh line is a proposed high elevation all-weather 1676 meter broad gauge railway track that was planned to connect Bilaspur in Himachal Pradesh to Leh in Ladakh, Union Territory of India. In June 2017, the foundation stone was laid for final location survey by the then Railway Minister Suresh Prabhu. It would link to the Indian Railway network via an extension of the 62-kilometer long under construction railway line from Bhanupalli to Bilaspur. The total expected length of Bilaspur-Leh line was 498 km. It would become the highest railway track in the world, overtaking the current record of the Qinghai-Tibet Railway. Once this railway line is completed, Leh will be directly connected to Himachal Pradesh and the rest of India by railways. The distance between Bilaspur and Leh will be about 460 km. When the railway lines to Bilaspur and then to Leh are completed, the time taken to reach Leh from Delhi will be reduced to less than 2 days compared to about 4 days by the existing highway from Manali. This is one of the 4 important railway connectivity along China border identified by the Defence Ministry. Post Galwan clash with China, the government of India expedited the land acquisition for the project. Moreover, an interesting note to point out, Tanglang La railway station and Tanglang La is expected to become the highest railway station in the world at 5,359 meter above the sea level, overtaking the current record of Tanglang La railway station at Qinghai, China at 5,086 meter. In the first position is the Zojila tunnel coming up in Ladakh, which is dubbed as the future DAVOS of India. Yes, you heard it right. Zojila tunnel will provide all-weather connectivity between Srinagar, Dras, Kargil and Leh regions. The project holds strategic significance as the Zojila tunnel is located at an altitude of 11,578 feet. The project holds strategic significance as the Zojila tunnel is located at an altitude of 11,578 feet. During winter, it remains closed due to heavy snowfall, thereby cutting off the Ladakh region from Kashmir. Zojila tunnel length is 14.15 km with approach road length of 18.63 km. The total project length is 32.78 km. This will be the longest tunnel of Asia with a completion timeline of 3 years. The work on the Zojila tunnel that was conceived back in 2005 in Jammu and Kashmir has finally taken off with ceremonial blasting in 2020. The construction of this tunnel will provide all-weather safe connectivity between Srinagar, Dras, Kargil and Leh regions. The all-weather safe connectivity of the road is immensely important from the strategic point of view as well. The tunnel will reduce the travel time between the 2 points from the present 3 hours to mere 15 minutes. Apart from this, it also makes the travel safe as it makes Srinagar-Kargil-Leh section of NH1 free from avalanches. The economic and social benefit it brings upon completion is huge, considering that this helps to connect the regions that becomes cut off from the rest in winter. Recently, local MP Jamyang Sering visited Zojila tunnel and took an inspection to understand the status of the project. Therefore, it is expected to be completed before 2024. With this, we have come to the end of this video. Let's wrap it up discussing various other mega projects coming up in the UT. Some of them are solar power projects, transmission lines for electricity, and Ladakh smart city with net carbon zero emission. Signing off with an assurance that coming up next is the hilly state of Sikkim. Also, if you want to know about various infra stories of various states, I would request you to click on the I button and watch the videos with pride. Thank you for watching this video. Jai Hind.